Sivanandalahari literally means wave of auspicious bliss. This is a revered 100-verse devotional hymn composed by the great philosopher Adhi Shankara, also reverentially known as Adhi Shankaracharya. This is a masterpiece of a Sanskrit stotra or a hymn that seamlessly blends a deep Advaita Vedanta philosophy with intense emotional devotion, that is bhakti, to the Lord Shiva. So, what are the core themes and philosophy of Sivanandalahari? Unlike his other well-known hymn, Saundaryalahari, which has tantric implications, Sivanandalahari is more straightforward, emotionally accessible and rich in poetic metaphors, that is alankaras. The nature of bhakti that it explores, the multi-dimensional nature of devotion and how a true devotee perceives the divine is what is Sivanandalahari. It demonstrates that the high philosophy and the heartfelt surrender are not mutually exclusive. The devotee's unruly mind is compared to an untamed monkey, and the hymn serves as a plea to tie this monkey to the Lord's feet. The ultimate goal of Sivanandalahari is that this text describes the spiritual journey and culminates in an outpouring of supreme bliss that is experienced in the presence of Shiva. So, the author, as I said, is Adhi Shankaracharya. The meaning is waves of bliss. It is composed of 100 stanzas of Sanskrit poetry. Traditionally, this is believed to have been composed while the Acharya was staying in the holy town of Srishailam in Andhra Pradesh on the banks, or probably some people believe it was composed on the banks of the Ganga in Kashi. It begins with an ode to the Lord Mallikarjuna and the goddess Brahmarambara. Why is this so revered? Reciting and contemplating on the Sivanandalahari is considered spiritually uplifting. It helps the bhakta to find inner peace, it steadies their minds, and it cultivates profound love for the divine. This hymn is designed to transform a devotee and helps him to realize the oneness of the individual soul with universal consciousness. Sivanandalahari deals with belief in the Supreme. At the next level, total surrender. At the next level, unwavering commitment. At the further level, purity of thought and bhava. And finally, a desire to experience godliness. Sivanandalahari also deals with some aspects of information from the Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana, like the 9 types of bhakti, being Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, and finally Atmanivedanam. There are some aspects in the Sivanandalahari which deal with the Narada Bhakti Sutra, which deals with 11 aspects of bhakti. And according to the Narada Bhakti Sutra, the 11 aspects are Shravanam, Rupa Shakti, Archanam, Smaranam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Vatsalyam, Kanta Shakti, Atmanivedanam, Tanmaya Shakti, and Viraha Shakti. These are also dealt with in Sivanandalahari. When we compare Saundaryalahari with Sivanandalahari, Saundaryalahari is composed in something called Prasanna Gambira. Each verse is profound, pregnant with a lot of meaning, just like the depth of the ocean. It is calm, but it is deep. Only when we go deep into the calm waters can we get into the depth of the treasure. This pleasure makes us forget the pain and agony that we might experience in life. The words that are in Saundaryalahari imply much more than mere words. But in Sivanandalahari, this set of shlokas carries the sentiment of devotion. Here, the Lord seems to be holding our hand, taking us through the path of devotion. Adhi Shankara takes us step by step, and as we go along, ultimately we are immersed in waves of bliss. He teaches us how to tread the spiritual path. He teaches us how to control and direct the thoughts occurring in the mind. He teaches us how to offer worship to the Ishvara. Sivanandalahari helps us to gain a tranquil mind, steadfastness in our pursuit towards spirituality. It gains us purity and clarity of thought. Chanting or listening to the Sivanandalahari, which is a devotional hymn, offers profound spiritual, mental, and astrological benefits as well. Devotees believe that this powerful 100-verse stotra brings inner peace, it removes karmic blockages and deepens our devotion. The key benefits of Sivanandalahari is 1. Spiritual awakening. The hymn translates into, as we have already said, waves of auspiciousness. It helps us to destroy our ego, it enhances our ability to meditate, and it aids the seekers to the path of self-realization. 2. Mental and emotional well-being. Regular recitation stabilizes emotional turbulence, it relieves stress and anxiety, and promotes a steadfast and a focused mind. The 3rd, the astrological remedies. Many people consider it as an effective remedy to mitigate the bad effects of planetary afflictions like the Shani dosha and the Rahu Ketu doshas. 4, overcoming obstacles. Chanting the hymn is believed to remove chronic delays which occur as obstacles in career, business, and in personal life. Furthermore, in life, the path to gain knowledge is classified into 3 steps: Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Only when one is in the company of the wise and the learned, one can get an opportunity to listen to scriptures. Further, with blessings from the wise, one gains an opportunity towards Shravanam. This inspires the devotee to sing verses in praise of the Parameshwara. The next important means to gain moksha or sadhana to gain moksha is Mananam. This happens with the blessing of Shankara and the devotee gains success in everything. Finally, Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is a profound, unbroken contemplation or meditation on the ultimate truths of philosophy. It is continuously soaking the mind in the knowledge until it becomes effortless. It is reality rather than just an intellectual concept. So, the 3-step path towards realization is Shravana, that is listening, hearing the profound spiritual teachings and the core truths from a guru or from a sacred text. Manana or reflecting means pondering, reasoning, and deeply contemplating on the truths to remove any intellectual doubt or misconception. Finally, Nididhyasana or contemplating is sustained, continuous meditation on the knowledge gained until direct realization and deeper inner assimilations occur. Nididhyasana is an unbroken flow of awareness. Unlike manana, which requires active logical questioning and intellectual thought, nididhyasana is a smooth, continuous flow of attention, often compared to an unbroken stream of oil being poured from one vessel to another. Rather than focusing on external objects or clearing the mind using typical mindful techniques, nididhyasana is subjective, it is intense, it is a continuous contemplation upon the Lord and the absolute reality. So finally, to wind up, auspicious waves of bliss. Other than Bhagavan giving us happiness, any other means of happiness is not a pure auspiciousness or a pure happiness. All other happinesses are temporary. For example, eating a gulab jamun gives rise to anandam, but that anandam is temporary. Anything other than Shiva Ananda is not true Ananda. Bhagavan is Ananda. When we reach that Shiva, that is the time when this Shiva Ananda becomes Sivanandalahari. Shiva is a quiet pond. We are the stones that create the Lahari, and so that is Sivanandalahari. Thank you.